Good afternoon. You're listening to the Mother's Justice Show on 1150 AM KKNW. I'm your host, Reverend Walden. You know I love radio. And before I bring my guests on, I just want to say Happy Indigenous Day to all the Native people in North America, Alaska, and Hawaii that was here long before the Europeans came. So Happy Indigenous Day. And also, I want to ask my listeners to please go to Mother's website, mothersforpoliceaccountability.org, and get your ticket for Mother's Justice Breakfast coming up soon, November 7th, 2024, at the 7 a.m. at the Esquire Club down on Rainier. All right, so that's my little announcements coming on, and I'm just grateful to be here. And I want to bring on Mr. Rye here. He has some important information he wants to update us on. How you doing there?
Just fine, Reverend Harriet. Thank you very much for the opportunity once again.
Oh, you're welcome.
No, the reparations for African descendants of the United States enslaved in Washington State is a top priority. It should be a top priority for every African descendant who uh, would qualify. Now, Kamala Harris wouldn't qualify. Barack Obama wouldn't qualify, but Michelle's people would qualify. I've been telling some people that, because, we've had people coming in and out of the country, but even if we're successful, we would have a blueprint for Haiti to get reparations from France, for the blacks in Brazil to get reparations from the Spain who transported them as slaves from Africa to Brazil. The people in the Bahamas and the Virgin Islands would have to look at England and France.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're talking specifically about African descendants of United States enslaved. If you've been here since 1800 and your folks weren't slaves, you don't qualify. Whoever colonized you would qualify.
Right.
So first of all, to go back June 23rd, 1,092 Washington State Democratic delegates voted unanimously for a resolution to have Governor Jay Inslee sign an executive order to establish a commission to study reparations. Okay. The Commission on African American Affairs voted September 13th, 2024, unanimously to send the executive order, which is in draft form. Attorney Jesse Weinberry had a lot to do with writing that draft since he did one to establish the Commission on African American Affairs. He also did another one, Executive Order 2202, to reestablish affirmative action in Washington State. It was good to have him do that, but unfortunately, a lot of people that make decisions about contracting in the state of Washington ignored it completely. But that's when it doesn't have teeth. So the commission voted unanimously. The commission, they're supposed to be advising the governor, but now the mayor of Olympia, his African American named Dante Payne, has put a resolution up to have the city of Olympia do the same. And Pastor Kerry Anderson at First AME Church has sent a copy to Joy Hollingsworth, Seattle City Council member Joy Hollingsworth, to have the city of Seattle adopt one. I will be sending copies of those resolutions to Mayor Victoria Woodards.
Okay.
And also, I'm going to go into Renton City. We're also going to be asking Estella Ortega. We're going to be asking folks from the JAC, Japanese American Citizens League. And I'll be sending these drafts to Renton City Council member Kim Convon to see if she can get the city of Renton to also submit a letter of support and encourage the governor to sign the executive order. Now, last Thursday, the chairman of the commission, Reverend Walter Kendricks, sent me an email indicating that Lola in the governor's office said they're working on it. Okay. Well, the draft resolution's already done, Miss Lola. All the governor has to do is sign it. The vice president of the commission, Joseph Todd, made a recommendation, which I think is very significant, is to have the commission under the auspices of the Commission on African American Affairs, because if the governor leaves, the commission is still there.
Right. That's
true. We don't want, and I don't know what Governor Jay Inslee has in mind for the future, but his lack of action on this resolution is going to be something that's going to be lasting in terms of memory. And the most important thing is that uh, Dr. Doherty, who's an economist, did a study and said in Washington State, each African descendant would get $350,000.
Right.
Okay, we know other people. Jesse Weinberg in the 80s, the Japanese American Citizens League called him. He and Gary Locke handed out checks, reparations check to Japanese family members who were wrongly incarcerated in the camps during World War II. Other
You,
folks have received their reparations. So,
right.
uh, and no longer can anybody say, "Don't give us any." You want
Right.
something for nothing. No, we can't 250 years of free labor as slaves as nothing. Died in every war this country's ever fought. I'm disappointed right now that President Biden is sending some troops and somebody else over to Israel. After 42,000 Palestinians have died, you're going to
All
kill
right.
500 people to kill one person. President, I disagree with you strongly on that one.
All
But anyway,
right. We got Clarence on too now.
okay. Well, that's what I want to say is I want to encourage everybody that's, I don't care if you live in Federal Way, in Everett, in Vancouver, or Spokane, or Yakima, or Pasco, get your city council to support the resolution, the executive order to the study reparations. It's a study. The
All
only
right.
legislature can pass legislation. The money will come from the federal government, like it
Okay.
was for other folks who received reparations. So thank you very much for the time today. I appreciate it.
All righty. So you want to introduce Clarence?
Yeah, well, the dynamic president of the Democrats for Diversity and Inclusion, who they did a magnificent job in getting things done at the June 23rd, 22nd, and 23rd Democratic Convention that was held at in Meydenbauer Center in Bellevue. And Clarence and DDI did a lot of good work. That's one of the reasons why I must say one African American legislator opposed us getting reparations or opposed the executive order and the resolution. But
Hmm.
apparently, she wasn't a delegate, so her position didn't matter. So Clarence Gunn is the president of Democrats for the Diversity and Inclusion, and they're on the battlefield trying to make sure that the right folks get the support they need to get elected. Therefore, there he is, Clarence. Go right ahead, sir.
All right. Hi, Clarence. Mr. Gunn.
Well,
Welcome.
hello, Reverend Walden. How are
Yeah.
you doing?
Oh, I'm doing wonderful today. How about yourself?
All right, all right. A little late getting off work, so I had to buzz right on. I
Okay. Well, you
appreciate
got
it.
work. At least you got work.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah,
Yeah. Well, thanks for the time to be on the line
sure.
and participate on your radio show. Um, Geez, DDI. Well, I mean, as Eddie hinted at a couple minutes ago, DDI has been active behind the scenes in the Democratic Party, making sure that, like our primary mission goal is to increase diverse voices being present and heard inside the Democratic Party, and that impacts the way that the party acts and reacts, etc. So, starting in February sometime, well, actually, I'm on the state committee. I'm a state committee person from my legislative district, Bellevue,
Okay.
and so I go to the state committee meetings. And by being on the state committee, I am also on the affirmative action committee,
Hmm.
and they were tasked with making sure that they had a delegate selection and appointment plan that made sure that minorities were represented roughly based on the population of the percentages population of the state. And so from February to sometime in late April, we were holding elections for people that were running to be delegates to the state convention, and then also delegates to go to the national convention. And we worked real hard to make sure that minorities, A, were aware about it, B, felt supported in terms of running for those offices, and those that made it through that were elected, we tried to follow up and assist and support them in their efforts efforts, whether it
Hey,
was at the
could
state
I ask you a
level.
question, Mr. Gunn? Why do you
Sure.
use the word minority in these days? I
I'm
mean,
sorry.
why do you use the word minority?
Well, I mean, minorities, Black, Hispanic, I mean, we're all being discriminated against. So we're trying to
Oh, well,
increase all the voices in the room. So, it's diversity and inclusion. So it's not,
the word
just,
the word minority always brings up to me something that's less than, and I just
oh,
always, I mean, if you had a choice of a majority meal and in leftovers, what to
mhm,
choose. But anyway,
mhm.
that's one of the things that I always ask about because I haven't used the word in many many years. So, but
Uh-huh.
anyway, yeah.
Well, just based on the population
Hmm.
percentages, that's where we were.
Okay. Well, then that's fine.
It's not any about the abilities or qualities or characteristics
Okay.
of the individuals. Because I'll be honest, I was reading some of those bios for people that are running for office. Some of them have worked in the White House, some of them worked in the State Department, some of them have
Mm,
worked in D.C. You know, in the armed services, various governmental things. But it's just amazing. We're everywhere.
no, that's true. I
and
mean,
we're
we
and we're
are.
so quiet we don't know. And so
Well,
when these people were writing their bios, it was like, oh man, we need to talk to Sam. He was in
yeah.
the White House, and Martha was doing
Hmm.
thus and such, and and pull people together, and let's figure out how we're in this thing together. So I mean, the bottom line was we were able to get a large number of folks. We were able to achieve the.
We got about 3 more minutes on this segment, so if you
Oh,
can
okay.
kind of tell us about what it is, and you're
Well, I
doing a
mean, the
great
bottom
job.
line was we ended up getting enough delegates to the state convention, as Eddie said,
Mm-hmm.
the end of June, that we were able to get those resolutions passed. And actually, prior to the resolutions, several of us either sat are on the resolutions committee, or I know I went. I'm not on the committee,
Mm-hmm.
but I sat in on it to make sure that they made a recommendation for it to be approved. So there wasn't any big debate or argument, discussion, whatever at the convention. It was just approved, and boom, we were done. So it was unanimous. What is that, by acclamation, and boom, we were with those resolutions were great. So that's kind of the state convention, and then obviously we sent several people to the national. The state
Mm-hmm.
party sent several people of color, diverse people,
Yeah,
to the
diverse
national.
people. Yeah. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
diverse
really.
people
Yeah.
to the national committee convention in Chicago,
Well, the reason
and
why I don't use the word people of color because I grew up drinking from the colored water fountain.
there are all kinds of triggers of these words, and you got to
Well,
try
yeah,
to
they
figure
are,
it
but
out.
really and truly, yeah, sometimes we have to know them. And then, when you leave your mother behind, when you say people of color, for people
Mhm.
mothers who's African American people. So, but I really enjoy what you're doing, though, Clarence. I mean, we've been knowing each other for a while, and
Yes.
from April of Randolph and that, and that institution. So, but Eddie was mentioning that you're going to be doing something else here, that some kind of a debate.
Yes, ma'am. This coming Saturday at the 2100 building,
Oh, yeah.
we will be having a candidate forum. Well,
Okay.
it's not just a candidate forum. We also got people coming from both sides to talk about the initiatives. There are four
Okay.
initiatives that are going to
Okay.
be on the ballot, and we've
Okay.
got people from the pro and con side for the initiatives.
Okay.
And we've also, because the city of Seattle has a transportation levy on the ballot, we've got some people to come and speak to that,
Okay.
again, pro and con. And then we've got the candidates. There's an open seat, for the at-large seat for the
Mm-hmm.
Seattle Council, City
Mm-hmm.
Council. And so we've got both Tanya Wu and Alexis Mercedes Rink. Both of them have committed, so they'll be there. Um, and that'll be like 30, 45 minutes with them. And then we'll have some refreshments and a kind of a
Where's it going to be
community.
at? You said the 20,
The 2100 building.
building. And
Yes,
what
ma'am.
time is it going to be?
We're going to start with refreshments around 9 o'clock, and between 9 and 9:15, just kind of some
Okay.
background and that kind of information. Then we're going to start the initiative presentations, pro and con,
Is
from
it going to be
then till
all day? I
11.
mean, I just need the time. Is it going to be
Oh,
from?
no, no, ma'am. We'll be done by 12:30.
Okay, by 12:30. Okay, okay. All
Yeah,
right. And
9
what's
to
the date on it
12:30.
again? Because my time is running
It's
out for
it's
this.
this Saturday. That's
Uh-huh.
October the 19th from
Okay.
9 to 12:30.
Okay. All right. And you're inviting the community to come. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am, please. The more the
All
merrier.
right.
We
All
need to
right.
make sure they hear our voices, and there'll be an
Okay.
opportunity for people to ask questions as well.
All right. Well, that sounds very good. Thank you for coming on and giving out this information. All right.
Sure.
All right. Thank you. You're
All right.
listening to the
Thank you.
Mothers. Thank you. You're listening to the Mothers Justice Show on 1150 AM KKNW. I'm your host, Reverend Walden. We'll be right back.
The Mother's Justice Show is brought to you by H.G. Walden and the Virtues Healing Circles. Join us for Wisdom and Wellness with Reverend Walden, a monthly virtual and in-person healing circle that focuses on community healing and growth. Learn more at virtueshealing.com. That's virtueshealing.com. Also, be sure to join our healing group on Facebook. Again, visit us at virtueshealing.com today.
Well, good afternoon. You're listening to the Mother's Justice Show on 1150 AM KKNW. I'm your host, Reverend Walden. It's my joy to be on the air. Bring my next guest on here in just a moment. I just want to say happy Indigenous Day to all the Native Americans, all the Native people of this land that's been here for thousands of years. Happy Indigenous Day. And also remember that we have a podcast, Mother's Justice Show. And we're going to give some more information about Mother's Justice Breakfast here before we go off there. I want to bring my next guest on, Miss Frances Oliver, no stranger to Mother's Justice Show. She's coming on from Florida, Central Florida, Sanford to be exact. And she's, how you doing, Miss Oliver, Mrs. Oliver?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Thank you for asking.
Yes. And I know that Florida took a hit from Milton, and then you had the other storm that was hurricane that came through there before. So just wanted to come on and those wanted to come on and tell us what's going on and how's Seminole County doing.
Well, part of Seminole County is doing pretty bad. And then part of Seminole County is doing very well.
Okay.
Part of Seminole County is underwater.
Okay.
And the other part of Seminole County is doing pretty good. So it depends on how close you live to one of how close you live to the St. John River.
Okay.
And, St. John River runs from almost all of Seminole County.
Wow.
It runs from the St. John River here in Sanford. And the St. John River here in Sanford has not crest yet. It's still rising.
Wow.
They're closing off roads and everything.
Well, I remember when I was little. I mean, when I was I don't remember how old I was when the St. John River overflowed it. I mean, I don't know what hurricane that was, but
it was Hurricane Donna.
Was Donna. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And it came all the way down.
We saw some alligators out there.
Yeah, and they had, the zoo was on the waterfront. They had
the
zoo. And all of the water animals, they just let them loose in the river. And some of those gators are still in the river. They old, they blind, they crippled, but they still in the river. They come up in sun every now and then.
Well, I remember that.
A gator can live to be 80, 90 years old.
Well, I remember that, and they were all big then, so they must be huge now. But that was Donna.
Now.
Yeah,
that was
Donna.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that was Donna, and that's the one I remember the most. I know we had more than that when I was growing up, but Donna did something.
Donna the one tore everybody's house up and brought the river all the way downtown. All the stores downtown was underwater.
That's right. And for people who might not know, the St. John River is one of the few rivers in North America that flows north instead of south.
No, it's not. But two in the whole world. Is it the Nile and the St. John?
No. It's the Ponderay. It's one out here called the Ponderay River. It goes from Montana up to Canada. So it's a few.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but you're right about that one, the Nile. But anyway, I mean, I'm just interested in Sanford, and I've talked to people. I've talked to my relatives in Tampa. I think some of them just got electricity back yesterday, in some parts of Tampa. But yeah, Florida really did take a hit
Well,
this time.
that's why I said part of Seminole Town is doing good. Now Sanford, other than the people living on the lakefront, everybody else did good. All of Goldsboro didn't lose any lights. We had power all the way through. Georgetown had a lot because Georgetown is older, and Georgetown was not Goldsboro, mostly farming area, and so we don't have a lot of old oak trees. But Georgetown got a lot of oak trees, and they had a lot of trees to come up, and so it's a lot of trees across the road and stuff like that. But the city working to get them all chopped up and moved.
What about Orlando?
Parts of Orlando was the same way. Parts of Orlando took a hit, a real hard hit.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got the people in Orlando who live on the lakefront, and they got lakefront property. Everybody who got lakefront property, they doing pretty bad right now.
Wow.
A lot of them got water. Yeah, they got water. And see, the water's still rising. And my sister-in-law, Loma's sister, it tore her whole screen out from over her pool. The aluminum and all, the aluminum that hold the screens.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. It beat all that down.
Wow.
Wow,
so one of the things
she's got to have all that redone.
One of the things that was so unusual about this hurricane is that it came from the Gulf, crossed all the way across Central Florida to hit the Atlantic.
Yeah, well, that's the way Donna did, and Charlie.
Okay.
Charlie is the one we had in 2004. Okay. And Charlie came in through Porter-Gore. Porter-Gore is just below Tampa.
Okay.
And it came right up. It came in Porter-Gore as a Cat 1. By the time it got to us, it was a Cat 4. It hit us as a Cat 4. It tore us up.
Wow. I
Charlie
tell you,
and Donna is the two that tore Central Florida up.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think one of the things I've been concerned about too is if people, have lost everything and, because my cousin that I talked to, she said, people are more concerned about housing right now than, trying to get things together and, voting, people are, trying to figure out how they're going to vote. She said one of the polling places there in Tampa flooded, so it's interesting.
That's true. And the storm came the day before the last day to register. So the NAACP and some more pressure organizations trying to get at least another week extension to voter registration, but so far they haven't had any luck. And so people were preparing for the storm. Right now, we still don't have any gas in Sanford.
Wow.
If you find some gas in Sanford right now, you are blessed.
Wow.
All the service stations are out of gas. Now, that governor we had was talking about all the gas he had coming in here and everything he had coming in here. And he was telling people that don't be calling FEMA because FEMA is out of money and all this kind of stuff. He wouldn't answer Kamala's calls. He wouldn't answer Joe Biden's calls. And he made an announcement last Saturday. This is Monday. Last Saturday. He made an announcement that he was not dependent on FEMA to do anything for Florida. Florida going to take care of itself, and we don't need FEMA. That's that crazy governor we got.
Well, one of the things I notice about Florida, too, is that they privatize a lot of jobs that would be government like out here because clean up after a storm, and then you still had things that you still had some areas that had not been cleaned up. And I guess that's because all that was privatized, see, not government jobs.
Well, yeah, people have to clean up their own stuff, but the city, if it's on city, the city owns anywhere. If you live on a corner lot, the city owns 30 feet of that property. And then in front of your house, if you're not on a corner lot, the city owns about 15 to 20 feet of that property because they can't put power poles and things on people property have to put on the city and the county property. Well, a lot of that property got trees on it. And when them trees pull up by the root, then the city got to move them. The city got to pay. The city got to clean it up. But if it's your own property, you got to clean it up. And let me tell you, these Mexicans around here and these Puerto Ricans and these Mexicans, they fix these trucks up. And they pick up trucks and put plywood all the way up the top about 10 feet, and they go around cleaning up people's property. Like they may charge you $150 to pick up all the trash in front of your yard.
Okay, well, that's good to know, because what I saw, it looked like it was already on the curb, all the residue.
Puts it on the curb, yeah, because and if it won't, like I live in the county, I don't live in the city of Sanford, I live in unincorporated Seminole County. Well, they'll pick ours up, but you got to tie it all up. You just can't lay it. If you got limbs off a tree or something like that, you have to cut them up and stack them. Or if you got palmetto, like we have a lot of palmetto fans that fall.
Right.
And we have to tie all them palmetto fans up if we want the city to pick it up. See, they're not going to pick up one at a time. So they'll pick up a whole bundle if you tie it up. It's a lot of work for homeowners.
So now you're saying that the governor has refused any help from FEMA?
Yeah, that's what he said. He said Florida don't need FEMA. He said we can take care of Florida. Florida does not need FEMA. But that's not what FEMA telling the people. Let me tell you, I got a call. We got a call. NAACP got a call from the National just yesterday, 2 days ago, asking us what do we need. And I guess the Red Cross going to provide them, and they distribute it to the places that need help. Like we need right now, it ain't no toilet paper in the stores.
Wow.
We need toilet paper. We need paper towels. We need big garbage bags, yard side garbage bags, because everybody got garbage debris. Because there's a lot of trees in Florida. And let me see, toilet paper, paper towels, garbage bags, cleaning products like bleach and stuff like that, and most of all, rakes to rake up all this stuff.
So what's the plan then? What's the plan for people who's not going to get any service?
Everybody going to get some kind of service.
Well, I mean, FEMA comes in and they come up with the loans and to be able to help people.
For this. FEMA paying for all this. They just letting the NAACP distribute it to all their chapters.
Oh, I see. Okay, cool. So FEMA is helping. Wow. Yeah, because I have another friend in Tampa, and she was talking about the food shortages in the store and a whole bunch of things that's going on in Tampa.
Well, see, in Sanford, we got a few stores that's closed. Winn-Dix is closed, but Walmart still getting their stuff in. So Walmart ran out one time. Both of the Walmarts, we got 3 Walmarts here, and all of them were closed, I think 2 days, then their trucks start coming in. So the Walmarts and the Publix are open. But they out of some things, like they out of toilet paper and some of them out of water.
Well, what is the plan to get?
We've had three giveaways. We had the Salvation Army Friday, Saturday, and Sunday gave out water. They gave out water and food. And then we had 2 giveaways from the Red Cross from different churches that gave away food. And Harriet, let me tell you, I really don't have no need for no food because I didn't have no kind of damage. But anyway, I was going to take this couple that I help all the time. The line, now you know Sanford.
Right.
The line was all the way from 2nd Street, coming down up the 1st Street, round the corner, and all the way around to the post office there at the corner of Sanford Avenue and 1st Street. That's how long the line was.
Wow. Man, so really,
it was about a 3-hour wait to get some food.
Well, really, so what's being out on the news and on the Weather Channel and all that stuff, and what they're saying is really, so it's a different story. It's a tale of 2 cities then.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, it's they show some things, but this piece about some communities.
Around Tampa, those people are pitiful around Tampa, but not up in where we are.
Right.
Okay, like I said, if you don't up here where we are, if you don't live on the water, and you know how many lakes, there's a lake around every corner.
Right.
If you ain't got lakefront property, then you're okay. It's the people with, and that's what they showing on TV. And these people are hurting. Their
Right.
houses gone. We had about 3 tornadoes that come through during the hurricane
Right.
and
Wow.
totally demolished people's houses.
Right. Well, I saw some of that, and
Oh
it's like,
yeah,
wow, it's a lot of devastation at this critical time in America for people. I mean, for voting is is coming
yeah.
up soon
Uh huh.
here. It's very critical. And
It
so, what is
is.
the governor's plan to get more gas in the state?
Oh, he said that talking about he got all this gas coming in here and all this gas, and anybody got no. I fill my tank up before the hurricane.
Right.
And we fill our cans up because we didn't. Although I have solar on my house, and as soon as the sun comes up, if you got solar, your lights come back on, but you don't know
Right.
when the sun's gonna come back up. So
Right.
we got the generator running, and we had enough gas. My husband filled up all the gas cans for the generator, so we got enough gas.
Right.
And my car, I filled my car up. I got up 3 o'clock that morning, 3 o'clock the morning before the hurricane. The hurricane came on Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
It was Wednesday. I went to Wawa. I was at Wawa at 5 o'clock in the morning filling up, and then I
Wow.
left that and went to Walmart. So Walmart doesn't open until 6. And I got
Right.
there at 5:30, and the line was always at the end of Walmart. And by the time we got inside, it was no water.
Wow. Wow. Well, hey, you know what? This is something, and the southern states has really been hit pretty hard this time. I mean, we had the two
And
hurricanes
see, the
back to
thing
back.
about it, Tampa and down around that area, they were hit with 2 storms. They were hit with Hurley, and 2 weeks later, they were hit with Milton.
That's right. That's right. And they didn't have a chance to recover. So, wow.
And then they had all those tornadoes. Well, see, up here where we are in Central Florida, we weren't hit with, we got a lot of rain from
Right.
Helene, but we didn't have no damage. We didn't have no trees up and all this kind of stuff.
Well, I'm glad that looks like you all are figuring it out, and we've been knowing for a long time nobody's never coming for us. Hey, who's ever coming for us? So I guess we have to always be prepared. I'm glad the NAACP is accepting help from FEMA because that's necessary.
Yeah.
Wow.
But you know what? I'm going to tell you, Harry, they're not doing the people, insurance companies not doing the people in Florida fair. Number one, since we've had so many devastating hurricanes in the last 20 years, we don't hardly have any insurance companies in Florida.
Right.
Like my house, I don't have
Right.
any insurance on my house because
Right.
I had State Farm for I don't know how many years. And when Charlie came, it took the screen from over my pool, knocked out some windows and all that. State Farm gave me $4,000. I had to sue State Farm.
Wow.
And so since then, I put in 2 more claims that they said wasn't part of the policy. So I said, "Bump this! I'm not paying $3,000 or $4,000 a year for insurance." And then when I put in a claim, they don't pay. So I said, I might as well just go on and pay for my damage. As soon as they have to pay for my damage if I can. If not, then get me a mobile home. It just doesn't make sense. And let me tell you what they have done. You have to pay extra for wind insurance. What's in a hurricane? Wind.
That's wind. I didn't think they wrote insurance on on the act of God or natural disasters or natural. Wow.
No, in Florida. Now I can't speak for nowhere else but Florida. In Florida, you have to pay extra for wind insurance. Like my sister-in-law, I told you about her pool over there in Orlando.
Right. Mm-hmm.
She won't know till Friday whether the insurance company gonna pay for it because the wind tore it up. And if she doesn't have any wind insurance, the insurance company ain't gonna pay. Okay.
Well, a hurricane is the wind. I mean, that's all a hurricane
that's
is.
right.
I mean, so
lightning, they don't pay for lightning if your house get hit on lightning. And those people who had that tornado, they probably ain't gonna pay because if they got hurricane insurance, they ain't gonna pay for no tornado unless they got tornado.
Wow.
And you have to have flood insurance. Now,
Wow.
you living in Florida, everything in Florida floods.
And the wind comes often, I mean, it really does. The hurricane's
Yes,
been coming from Africa for thousands of years, so
yes.
wow. You know
Uh-huh.
what, Francis, I mean, so how can other people help you all down there in Sanford, or is the NAACP got you all pretty
Well,
good?
we like I said, we put in a big order for the Red Cross that contacted NAACP for us.
Okay.
But right here in Sanford, we're not. They already passing out food. They got food trucks and they passing out groceries and stuff like this. So we pretty much taking care of here in Sanford. But when the Red Cross called, they called for whole Seminole County. And so
Right.
we as the NAACP said we just didn't have the manpower to handle the whole county.
On whole county. Okay,
Because,
so
you know, the
so
whole
the main
county go
thing
all
right
the way to
now,
Castleberry. Huh?
oh, I say the main thing right now is to see how people can finish getting registered since the storm kind of interrupted
No, well,
people.
it's too late unless they register online. It's too
Okay.
late that they didn't extend it. Although a
Wow.
lot of people didn't get it. I won't say a lot of them, because most of them already registered here in Seminole County. But it was
Right.
some that hadn't registered, was waiting to the last minute, You know how
Right.
we are.
Well, some other people might have got caught that way too. Not only African Americans, but other people. So
Oh, yeah.
yeah. Wow.
Yeah, you got,
Well,
in all races, you got last minute people.
right. Well, Francis, it's always good to have you on and give us what the scoop is, because what the governor's saying and what's the boots on the ground and what's happening is not what people are experiencing. So I thank you for coming on, and I'll be checking back with you
Oh,
to see
yes.
what's going
Now,
on.
yeah, like I said, just because we here in Sanford didn't get it too bad, there are people that's really done lost everything they got.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
And what you see on TV, what you see on TV is true.
okay, all right.
It just didn't happen to us here in
That's right.
Sanford.
Okay, Sanford.
But the
All
people
right.
who got waterfront houses in Sanford, yeah, they floating too.
They got okay. All right. Well, thank you for coming on, Mrs. Oliver, and we'll be talking again. Okay.
All right, Harriet. Y'all have a
Thank you.
good day.
All right, you too. You listen to the Mother's Justice Show on 1150 AM KKNW. I'm your host, Reverend Walden. We'll be right back.
The Mother's Justice Show is brought to you by H.G. Walden and the Virtues Healing Circles. Join us for Wisdom and Wellness with Reverend Walden, a monthly virtual and in-person healing circle that focuses on community healing and growth. Learn more at virtueshealing.com. That's virtueshealing.com. Also, be sure to join our healing group on Facebook. Again, visit us at virtueshealing.com today.
Good afternoon. You're listening to the Mother's Justice Show on 1150 AM KKNW. I'm your host, Reverend Walden. It's my joy to be on the air. I want to say again, happy Indigenous Day to all the Native Americans and all the First Nation people of North America. And that was here before Columbus, absolutely before Columbus. All right, and so I'm going to bring my next guest on here. His name is Mrs. Sarah Alford, and she's with Mothers Impacted by Violence. So she's been on before, and will be on more frequently in the future. So how are you doing today?
I am doing well. Thank you so much for having me again on your show.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. And you got nice colors behind you. You look so nice and beautiful. Thank you for coming on.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, I wanted to just for you to come on and give some more information about mothers impacted by, by violence, and what your future plans are. And, we'll end up talking about Mother's Justice Show, Mother's Justice Breakfast that's going to be here coming quickly in November 7th. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you. So again, yes, mothers impacted by gun violence. So currently what we're doing now is we are getting together to have a retreat for anybody that has been impacted by violence. Our sponsor is going to be Black Lives Matter Seattle, and we should be having some dates rolling out here pretty soon.
Okay.
Sometime in November for our retreat. That is
Okay.
one thing we do have on the calendar coming up. And we're still continuing to make relations and do community engagement. And we're also looking for a fiscal sponsor, by the way. If anyone's out there that's listening and you're working in the Seattle area, we're currently looking for a fiscal sponsor.
All right. So you're looking for something. Okay. Well, that's good. I'm glad Black Lives Matter is going to have a presence in Seattle. So that's good. Really good. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
And we should be having some guests come in from Chicago. We went down to Minneapolis in July,
Okay.
and through the Carl Hanley Foundation, they'll be up here in coordination with the retreat. And so we're still getting things together, but it's going well so far. And we're doing some things with Community Passageway.
Okay.
And we're also looking to have some alternative to violence, which is AVP, Alternative to Violence Prevention,
Okay.
work going on. So if anyone is interested at all in doing what we have some things called our tasters, you can definitely reach us. We have a Facebook page that we're looking for more members to join as well. And we're just looking to continue to support the community. We're still getting things rolled out, but it is looking very promising. And the engagement has been fulfilling. And we've been meeting a lot of people in the community that are in support of mothers impacted by gun violence. And we just
Mhm.
look to connect with the community more and build our community up and make sure that we have the correct resources for our community and for our crime victim survivors, as
Right.
well as mothers and
Yeah.
fathers and other family members.
Yes, to support the survivors is really important because their life will never be the same again. And so how do you go forward? I mean, and sometimes there's never an arrest. I mean, we have so many open cases in Seattle alone, and not alone, not including King County and all the rest of the counties. We have so many open cases, and so it's like, how do you move forward when the person who might have harmed your relatives could be right next to you at the grocery store and in a public space, or they know something in a public space, and they're not cooperating, with law enforcement. And I know that when the lady down in Madison Valley got killed, about her, with her dog, I mean, the African American, I mean, the suspect, it happened very rapidly, but that person was apprehended in maybe about 48 to 72 hours. And that's because everybody down in that area cooperated with law enforcement.
Right,
Oh, and I know people was complaining and talking about on the book that how, that happened so rapidly. But the reason why that did happen so rapidly is because the people was able to cooperate with law enforcement. And so many times our community won't cooperate with law
right.
enforcement. I mean, and I think, and all of those things. So I think it's a worthy organization in what you're doing. And because I mean, we have a lot of hurting people. I
Exactly.
mean, yeah, I came in 1975, and I know the class of 90. I mean, the late 80s and all the way into the mid 90s. Those classes, they took a hit with so many people that they know and friends who had had been killed by gun violence. So yeah. I see Miss
Exactly.
Thomas is here also. She's another one of those mothers impacted. Welcome, Miss
Hey
Thomas.
everybody.
Hi, how are you doing, honey?
I'm good, mother.
Well, that's good. It's good to see you again. Good to see you. I'm glad that
You as
you're
well.
here. Yeah, and thank you for making time to come on again because she's look like she might be getting her walk in, getting her exercise in. That's really good. So
I'm on my way to work downtown, so
okay. All right. Well, you can stay as long as you can then. So that's good.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But I have a few mothers that I know that I thought I'd send their names to you after I talk to them and see if they would want to support. And then one lady name is I think her name is Zena. Her son was out on Aurora a year and a half ago, and he lost his life out just walking down the street. So, and I went to a rally for that family last year. I think I did last August, last summer I did. So. There's other
Yeah.
people that I
I think
thought.
I have met with her
Okay,
on online before. We've crossed paths online before,
okay,
and I'm pretty sure that she's also doing things with Moms in Demand, and so we're looking forward to working with her and networking out in the community as well.
right.
I um I've kind of reported on, what I'm doing. We also have two other mothers, and so Patrice, would you like to talk about any updates that we have going on that you're looking forward to that we can put out there? No, maybe not. Okay. Well, besides
Yes, I'm
the
sorry. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, yes, we
okay, yes,
can.
we can hear you.
Yes.
So we are going to an event on the 17th. Dominique from Communities Passed Away, he invited us to be at his event. Um, to get us out there and get our names out there to support all the mothers impacted by gun violence, and that's it for the moment, I think.
All right. Well, that's good. I'm glad you're moving forward on it. And one of the things that when I see you all, I have this survey that we put together ever since Pat Ingram got killed. We have it's community silence award a questionnaire, and it has about 17 questions on there about how people feel about violence, and so we've gathered a lot of these, but we didn't have enough of them for to get them give them to the sociologist who was going to put them in some kind of form for us. But we were willing to share this the
So, Mother,
information.
can you tell us what was like, not on that, so we can like improvise, and so we can like see what we can like do and say, because like I just want to know, I want to hear what they have, and then if we can like put more things on there.
Oh, well, yes, you can. I mean, we just have kid. This is what we came up with in 2000. I mean, it's been a while. We asked them, am I afraid to go out of my house at night? Am I afraid and threatened by my children? Am I been threatened by my grandkids? And then on the end, we ask them, have you or anyone in your family been affected by violence? And do you know anyone who's out of control, a family member who's out of control? And then I own a handgun because I'm safe. I mean, these are the kind of questions that we have, but it's 17, and we be questions that was put together for us by someone who was a sociologist. So be glad to share that with you all, very much so.
I
And
believe I already have a copy. I believe you already gave me a copy.
okay,
And one of our big plans that we want to implement is take that baton and make sure that we disseminate this survey in the
right,
community. And
okay.
this could be one of our first tabling ventures that we make sure that we do on a regular basis with tabling with this survey, so we can make sure we take this back to our legislation and our council members and make sure that, things are being implemented around violence, and that we actually have, more services and more attention is drawn to our communities and what we need to remediate this and rehab it, because it definitely needs to be triaged. And violence is costing the city millions of dollars that could be implemented in different areas to help resources to keep to support our communities, our Black and Brown communities. And I'm excited about it. I definitely think that this is something that we can challenge and we can move forward with it and take the baton and run with it.
This is wonderful because one of the things that we believe that this violence is really social engineered, number one. It wasn't this way 67 years ago. And number two, there's a disconnect between culture and spirituality. I mean, and no other people can't, nobody outside the Black community can help us with culture and spirituality. Some things we're going to have to do ourselves,
Okay.
and the work because really I mean, our ancestors, we haven't always been this way. I mean,
Okay.
really, and social engineering is real. I mean,
It is.
it really is, and I think that we have to look at the things and then our kids have gone to school, and 80% of Black kids today is being taught by European American teachers. I mean, and all integration, all these things have to be looked at because we didn't just get this way. I mean, we weren't this way in the 50s and the 60s. I mean, before it was any resources coming to the Black community, we did, I mean, we weren't harming one another is the way that and somehow we have to take, look at what we can do for ourselves and see how we can correct the course that's out there right now. And that's why I'm really excited about what you all want to do. I mean, I just think it's beautiful because I believe, I mean, I grew up in a time when people weren't violent. I mean, really, this is not how it always was. I
Right.
graduated high school in 1963, and people weren't killing one another. People started killing each other after the exploitation movies came out. And you can just go and mark it. You can just kind of look at that and see, But anyway, I just love having you all on. But before we go, I want to invite you to the Mother's Justice Breakfast, November 11th and November 7th, at the Esquire Club, Roy Esquire Club, 7 a.m. on Rainier. And I want to thank you for showing up the other last Monday, thinking it was that Monday. I really appreciate your energy to say, "Oh, my, where you all at?" We call us up. Where y'all at? Where's the breakfast at? So it's November. It's 2 days after the election. We'll know if we're going forward or if we're going backwards. That's why it's
Okay.
important for people to show up because we don't know
Yes.
how we're going to have to organize going
Okay.
forward.
Move
Because the
forward.
other people want to put us back in segregation. They want to put us back to what I lived in. And most people are not prepared for that. So I appreciate you all. I'm just so excited about you all having, taking one of the Mondays and be doing the show, Mothers Impacted by Gun Violence. And so I'm so happy to be able to share this my platform with you all. Okay?
Oh, thank you so much.
Oh,
We
you're
appreciate
welcome.
it very much.
Appreciate you.
We so appreciate you
Thank you so
because,
much.
like, it's taking a
Our
village to
time is
raise
our
a child.
time is just about over now, but they got yes. So I appreciate you all. Now I want to meet you all together. All right, how's
Okay.
that? All right, thank you. You listen to the Mother's Justice Show at 11:50 a.m. KKNW. I'm your host, Reverend Walden. Check us out on our podcast. I'll see you next week. Take care.